Okay, so we finished tearing down. We want to make sure we get all our tools back and we put the tool case nice and clean. The installation could be going to a next city and for somebody else to set up, so try to put it back as clean as it was. So all the big stuff like the ratchet, the big boxes, just going to open up the yellow lid here, put all that stuff back in here. All the big stuff is going to go there, except for these long ones. You can take the box off, leave it there, and then these long ones are going to go in a big toolbox. So all this stuff back, this. We have our big torque wrench also. We have these. So you do have an inventory of the toolbox. You'll eventually know them by heart, but the torque goes back in its case here, and the torque, one little special thing, once you're done with it, bring it back to zero. So we showed during setup how to set it up, but I'll show you how to take it down. You unlock the handle here, and then just twist the handle here until the zero here ends up with the 50 mark right here. Right now I'm at 75, sorry. So 50 right here, zero. This relieves all the pressure in there so that it stays nice for the next setup. It's going to go back in its blue case. This, if you use any of the tools in there, just put all that stuff back. You got some smaller stuff in the black lid here, the keys for the traps, which you should put back in there. If you left keys for the traps to the client for any reason, make sure you get them back. So once that's all nice and closed, we're going to take a look inside here. So in here, we always have our 2 milk crates with a bunch of various stuff in there, stuff that doesn't fit in the cases. We have our spare electronics case, we have our spill kit, ratchet kit, and extra hardware. So see how all this is nicely placed. This stacks perfectly on top here. We have our signage light here, so we didn't talk about signage, but you do have a signage board to take down, which is very easy. A laptop that you're going to put back in this case here, drill, and we do have our spare box there. So right now this seems still pretty empty, but we still have a few things to put in there. You're going to have all your electrical cables that you need to roll nicely and tighten them. Timers and adapters can go in whichever leftover space you have the milk crates. These long ones can also go on top here like this. And then you're going to have this cable and a lot more to roll nicely and dump in there. You want to keep it as low as possible. This is pretty much the highest you can put any items, because in the door here, we're going to put, so right now, we're going to put this back here. The level is going to end up here with the table. So I'm just going to give this to my colleague for a second. So the folding table, it is adjustable height, so you want to bring these back in there. It's back. Then unlock on this side here too. Fold it up, lock it here, and then this goes in the door. The level can go right beside it, and you have these Velcro straps that you can use to secure the table in place. So when you close the lid, this really just takes the space of the lid, so you're still good with this space. Then we have, these are spare LEDs for the seats. You want to keep them in a nice spot where they're not going to be able to get bent by anything. So right now they're pretty level, nothing's going to damage them. We also do have our guide for the bases, which we don't use a teardown, but if you do a setup, you'll see what this is used for. We're going to drop this in there. If we had all of our cables, we would be using more space right now, but try and make it nice and clean so that it's convenient for other people to use. Close it up and you're ready to go. It's always good to do what we commonly call a stupid check. Go around site, make sure no cables were forgotten, tools are forgotten, ask everybody to check their pockets, somebody put a box in their pockets or anything, and then you're ready to load the truck.